Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Dokapon Kingdom, and I'm narrating this episode in post because, for some reason, Audacity failed to record my original audio. I didn't realize it. It looked like it was fine, but when looking back at it, it wasn't. So, I'm just going to be narrating this one in post, so you're not going to be hearing my brother, but let's be real, he never really talk that much. So I was still in debt at this point, and decided to try and find a way out of it, I guess. So I tried to fit the gazer, and at this point, I had gotten Pierce, one of my all-time favorite skills in this game, just because it lets me completely ignore enemy defenses. And I decided to try it out right here, just to see how much damage I would do. So, Pierce is in effect. The next attack I do will completely ignore the enemy's defense. And my brother is rolling a 3, and he's going to land on an empty space. What's he going to fight? Or what event's going to trigger? He's fighting a Treant. And someone probably made a Trevenant joke, but I have no idea. Anyway, he's going first, and he's going to strike for some reason. I don't understand why he always did so many unnecessary strikes, but either way, the Treant dies, and he's on his merry way. I still think a Silver Sword does not go with the Monk. And he's not getting escape, because Soulfire he finds awesome, or lovely, or overpowered, or whatever adjective he probably used. And I'm going last again, so all I had to do was take this hit, which was a zapper. Did I anticipate that? No, I did not, but I was fine either way, wasn't I? Yes, I was. So I can just attack, and watch how much damage this does. He defended, and yet that did 482 damage. That's the power of Pierce right there, and I'm going to be showing that off plenty. And I got a Volt Plus. Alright, he spins, he gets a 4, and he is going over there. I think an event triggered on his move. I'm trying to remember. Nope, he's fighting a Tarantula. I was making a joke saying a Tarantula. Either way, he's fighting the deadly Tarantula. He attacks, that thing defends, and it dies. Squashed like a bug. Victory is his indeed. Alright, so now I roll a 3, and I head out. And I'm still massively in debt, which it was bugging me at this point. But don't worry, I'll get out of it eventually. And he's deciding where he wants to go. He's trying to see what the furthest he can head into the forest is so he can head out. And he's heading over there. And he's fighting another Tarantula. Truly one of the most deadly creatures in nature, even though it kind of isn't. It's attacking, that thing's defending. And 256, one damage for every hexadecimal number. And he levels up to level 31. And he ups his magic and his speed. Alright. And I am successfully on the 4th continent, and still massively in debt, and I'm checking to see how far I am from a level up. I'm decently close. Yeah, about 1,300. So decently close. And I get a 6, and I go immediately. I try to go for the temple, and I point out the poison swamp will poison you if you don't have galoshes. The castle's over there, and where did I go actually? I went there. Yeah, that's where I went. And I had to fight cockatrice. Oh, I remember this. This thing is a jerk. Watch this. Just watch this. It petrifies me, so I try to defend, and the wiki is a liar saying you'll be fine if you defend against that, but it doesn't work. Take a guess what happens next. But anyway, it's my brother's turn. He gets a 3, and he goes to the right, and he triggers an event. Let's see what that event is, shall we? He gets Mitch Digger. We see this guy a lot in this LP. He tries for it. He needs to get 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and he gets a 1 and fails. Wah, wah. And now it's my turn, and I am royally screwed, let me tell you. I'm petrified and cannot do anything. I go first, I still can't do anything, and that thing goes in for an attack, and I am all kinds of dead, and I was torn up about that big time. And I got the imps, and what did I lose again? I think I lost field magic, I want to guess. Yeah, or actually no, I dropped an Invigorate. Not like I had much use for it. And my brother's trying to get out of the forest, and he does not succeed, does he? No, actually he does succeed, my bad. So he's on the 4th continent. He's going to get a head start while I'm all the way back at Dokapon Castle. I was so frustrated at this, as you could probably imagine. And he gets a 2, and he goes immediately for that doppelganger. A truly dangerous enemy, as you can probably tell by its name. Because what else is a doppelganger? Well, you should know what a doppelganger is. Observe. I think. Does he do it, actually? Yes, he does transform, which cannot be blocked. He takes my brother's form and uses it for his own. So now my brother has to fight Clonus all over again. He goes for Soulfire. Truly a good move. Yeah, let's be real here. That is a good move. And to be continued. And I'm down for another turn. And my brother is again fighting the doppelganger. Thankfully, it doesn't copy up stats. And he's going to totally one-shot this thing. He attacks. It goes for magic charge for some odd reason and dies a cruel and unusual death. And my brother wins. Let's see. He gets a lot of experience, but does not get the level up. He didn't get that much gold, but he did free another town, and he's probably going to take the lead because of it. Let's see. And that's the end of the week. And yeah, he's a level ahead of me. I'm still massively in debt. And he takes the lead. Sadly, he took the lead. And we did the autosave because that's only the first week of recording. We've been at it 50 weeks. And I'm back in the fray. I've returned. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I attempt a purse cutter even though it's 3 continents away, but then again, speed is the determining factor of whether or not it'll work. I try for it. It has a 35% chance to work, and somehow works! And he lost Volt and Elixir. It was hilarious when that happened. Like, seriously, 35% and it worked. And I tried to work my way back. It obviously takes a while. So this Kobold stands no chance. I just attack it. It defends itself weakly and dies. So it took 433 damage, and beautiful indeed. And I got the Overload skill. Now I can take it because Pierce is so much better. Like, a Spell Sword was one of my favorite classes when we did the LP, mostly because of its battle skills. And he's going for another one. He's going for the Not Giant, though. Night Gaunt, my bad. But I'm trying to remember if he actually goes for it. I think I was trying to talk him out of it. Yeah, and I successfully did talk him out of it. It just wouldn't be smart. And I tell him about the Lost Technology in the Sunken Shrine, so I think he tries to go for that. Yep, he tries to go for that. And he gets an event. Let's see what he gets. The Robo-Agent, but he figures, yeah, this is the assassin. You can pay him to take out another player, but he decides that he doesn't really need it. It's expensive, and I'm already in a bad enough spot as is. So, yeah. He's basically taking pity on me at this point. But let's be real, I need all the pity I can get. And I roll a 5, and I have for that space because I have no money to stop the item store. I fight a halfling instead of a holeling. But anyway, that halfling... What does that halfling do, actually? I think it tries to strike me. No, it tries to rob me. And it did not succeed. Not like I had much to steal to begin with. So it attacks. Actually, it attacks. I attack and stab. So it dies. And my brother spins, and he gets a 1, so he goes straight into Sunken Shrine. And I spin a 6 and make my way towards that. That was actually a smart move on my part. I go fight a white knight. I point out that the enemy in Kingdom Hearts White Knight, and now its name finally makes sense. It attacks, and it does basically no damage. And now I attack, and it's a goner, tried magic charge, and it somehow dodged that. I don't quite get how that worked. And my brother's taking damage because he doesn't have the air ring, which lets him breathe underwater. And he just tries to go for it, and I tell him to be careful of what lurks down here because there are some powerful enemies down in the deep. Alright, he goes for that better item space, hoping for a Lost Technology because he wants to become the Robo Knight class. And it's on there a couple of times, but he does not succeed in getting it. He instead gets a 2 crystal. Alright, and I'm once again against the knight. No, knight, the white, excuse me. And I'm going last again. attacks, I defend, and I still can't dodge it for some reason. And then I decide to go, I think, for Scorcher, just because my magic stat's so much higher, I think. What did I do? No, I attack again. It tried for a counter, which means it can't dodge, which means it's dead. Or undead, or re-dead, I don't know.
I'm so cool.
I am so cool indeed. So I took that town. It is now mine, and it was originally my brother's. You still can't breathe underwater. You lose, I think it was, yeah, it's 5% of your health every turn. So he was thinking of using a crystal, and I forget if he does, actually. I think he might use a 6 crystal to go for that one over there. And he does, look at that. He uses a 6 crystal. And he goes for it. And he gets a field wart. Very handy in a place like this. And now that demon places a roadblock rock in an area that really doesn't do much because I can just go around it. And I continue to head for the third continent, and I stop at my brother's town. Not like I can actually stay the night because I'm so massively in debt. I don't have 48G, which is kind of sad.
Please.
I mean, look how much in debt I am. And he still can't breathe underwater, not like that was going to change in a turn unless you got the air ring. And he gets a 3, which means he goes deeper. Deeper! Deeper into the sunken shrine. And it's now Friday. I believe this is a 3-week episode. This might have been the first of our 3-week episodes. And I get an event. I was hoping so badly for Roche, and I actually got him. But here's where the stupid comes into play. Observe. I want to lose, I tell Roach I'll fire a half-second after him, and I somehow managed to win, not like it got me anything. Well, it got me a little bit, but it didn't really help my cause. And he is deeper in, which means he can find those white loot spaces, which he tries to go for. He gets a 2, which means he's forced... Actually, no, he's not forced to fight something. I'm trying to remember if he does fight something. No, he does not. So he tries to go for field magic. Let's see what he gets. There's some really good stuff on there. And he managed to get a transfer. Not like it'd be that useful to him right now. And it's currently, yep, this is a 3-week episode, if you can no doubt tell, because it's Saturday, and yet the episode still has some length to it. I head for Maple Temple, just in case I die again.
What?
And I leave the temple after setting my spawn points. And he still can't breathe underwater. So he's taking damage continuously. I'm trying to remember if this is the turn where he actually fought something. Nope, he goes for money, even though he doesn't need money. I don't quite understand why he went for that. And let's see how much moolah he gets. He gets 100,000. Pretty good. And that's the end of the second week of recording, but we decided to go one more week since it hadn't even been 15 minutes yet. And yeah, you're gonna see that quite a lot in this LP. And I somehow took the lead, even though I'm still massively in debt, probably because of the town I took. And it's a Wabbit explosion once again. So we have to hunt down the rare creatures. And the roadblock rock disappeared, not like it meant anything, because I'm already on the 3rd continent. I roll a 5, and I'm fighting a Wabbit off the bat. Now this, I'm trying to remember what happened. I go first, and then I attempt a Scorcher, I believe. Either that or Pierce. Let's see. I attempt a Scorcher, and it goes for a Refresh DX, which meant that was completely pointless because it's going to stop the damage and heal itself completely, which was dumb. And then it tries to escape, and obviously succeeds because escape can't fail, so I lost my chance at the Wabbit. And by the way, something funny is about to happen. My brother gets a 1, I believe. Yeah. And then he lands on that, and he gets a Wabbit underwater. If that's not funny, I don't know what is. It's ridiculous. How does a Wabbit breathe underwater? Well, then again, my brother doesn't breathe underwater, so I guess... Yeah, I'll shut up. So my brother, I think, goes for Soulfire right here. Actually, no, it just goes for the attack. It defends itself, and he hurts it quite a bit. No hit like that'll do it in. So it goes for a strike. He actually predicts it correctly, and he counterattacks, and the Wabbit is down. 906 damage. Yikes. And I believe he gets a Wabbit shield out of this. Yes, he does. And he's amazed at how good a shield that is. I mean, look at them stats. Amazing, right? I try and convince him it's not worth it because it cuts his defense majorly, but he does not want to hear it at all. He equips it without a second thought. So now he's at a major advantage. Meanwhile, I'm still in debt. I got a 6, and I head for that and hoping to encounter another Wabbit. But I get an event instead, and it's Weber. At the time, I don't want to see him. He doesn't give me the contract. Instead, he gives me a blackmail that I cannot get rid of. I was just completely dead right here. Like, things were going very much downhill for me. And he says no to using his 2 crystal because he's going for the white loot over there. We never found out what was in that lockbox, I don't think. But either way, he goes for a spin and he gets a 4. So he goes over there, I think. Does he? Yes, he goes over there and he fights nothing. It's an event. He's fighting Guts underwater for some reason. He tries it because he has a ton of money and not much to lose. And let's see if he succeeds or not. He succeeds. He got a Thunderblade. And he grows to love that thing. He ups his attack. And yeah, it ups his attack. That's pretty much it. But he actually does go for it, I think. I remember him having a Thunderblade during the playthrough. He was pondering this because he has some more attack, but he loses out on the defense and magic boosts a little bit. So I'm trying to remember. I think he actually did. Yeah, he went for it, and he grows to love that thing. Because a Thunderblade can potentially deal extra damage after he deals an attack. It's random as to if it will or not. And meanwhile, I go to a bank space to try and get some moolah. I take money from my castle, even though it doesn't mean much. And I did get a jade, which I can sell. And he still can't breathe underwater. That joke's getting old pretty quickly. I know. I'll shut up about it. And he gets a 1, so he actually does get the white loot space. And there is some really good stuff on there. Lost technology, a down, a multi-crystal, and he gets a fire bracelet. He was so close, and he was upset about that, especially since the fire bracelet isn't all that good. So he quickly says no to that. And my blackmail still has yet to activate, so I try and head for the forest. And I find another Wabbit. And I go first. And I choose to pierce, hopefully killing it on the next turn. My pierce is an effect. And it goes for an attack. I choose to counter. And I died. I was so upset. Like, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I got the Reaper. You gotta be kidding me further. On the bright side, that gets rid of my blackmail. And in all honesty, I was better off dying there than to the blackmail because I could have lost all my items. I could have lost the town. Didn't have to worry about losing money because I had none. Regardless, he gets a 6, and he goes for the money chest because he's too much of a coward to fight something. That's basically the only reason. But luckily, since I set my spawn point on the 3rd continent, he gets another 100 grand. My god, why couldn't I get that kind of money? But anyway, I'm on the 3rd continent in my coffin, resting for 3 turns. His HP is getting a little low, and he doesn't have any sort of healing items, so he gets a 3, and he gets more money, not like he needs it at all. Looking back on it, it's kind of ridiculous how much money he got while I was still massively in debt. Resting for 2 turns, and it... what day is it? It's Fridays. Yeah, I don't get up in this episode. He gets a 4. He goes for that for some reason. Actually, no, he doesn't. I'm trying to remember. Actually, he does because he doesn't want to fight something because he's a coward. But I think he's forced to fight something on this turn, if I remember correctly. I think he gets a 2, I want to say? And look at that, I'm psychic. And he fights something. He fights another Wabbit, which I think probably runs away if I want to be correct. Either attacks him and kills him or runs away, or actually puts him to sleep. And sleep. Yep, he's put to sleep, and he's all but screwed. But we won't find out what happens to him in this episode, because that's the end of the 3rd week of recording, and this is the point where we cut the episode. So these are the tallies. I'm somehow in the lead for some reason. I still don't quite understand, but anyway. This has been Arrow Dragon. Till next time. Later.